Fanfare, please. One of the wonderful things about working with the conservatory is that virtually every meeting we have music like that, which is an extraordinary, enjoyable thing to do. Again, good morning. My name's Ken Burns. I have the great pleasure of being the chairman of the board of this wonderful organization, and I'd like to welcome you all to this wonderful event, and thank you all for coming, particularly His Honor the Mayor. Thank you, sir. As board chair, I am humbled and overwhelmed by this extraordinary time for the New England Conservatory and the opening of the Student Life and Performance Center, which we all believe is and will be a hub for performance, living, and learning. A place for New England Conservatory's community to gather and to welcome and share music with the Boston community. Today, we celebrate what it means to be a cultural and educational institution of Boston, a city rich in history and recognized worldwide as the center of innovation. It is, for me, an interesting reflection on Boston and its role in the arts and innovation that we open this wonderful building as the conservatory starts to celebrate its 150th anniversary as an institution. As we built this building, we have been very fortunate to have incredible partners in all respects of the development, who planned and sustained NEC throughout the entire process of building this structure. Thank you to my fellow board members and to the many donors whose generosity help us make this successful. We'd also like to thank the many people, many partners who were involved in the construction of this building. I would like to particularly thank Ann Beha and Tom Hodeling and the team from Ann Beha Architects, Ken Fisher and the Gensler team, Tom Erickson, Jim Anderson, and the entire Tishman team, and the entire Colliers team, all of whom were very important in making this a success. In addition, special thanks go to Century Bank and to the Sloan family, who were involved in helping us finance this building. As a group, your leadership and the partnership with us has enabled us to erect a beautiful building that will serve not only our students, faculty, and alumni, but also the community. I would also like to recognize a few members of the New England Conservatory staff and leaders. Ed Lesser, our CFO, thank you for your management of this project and for always moving this forward. Mike Ryan and NEC's building operations team, thank you for the timeless hours of work that have you put into and for going above and beyond to ensure the building opened on time and met all of the needs of our students. Finally, and most importantly for those who've been involved for a period of time, thanks go to Steve Friedlander. Steve is a previous chairman of the board of NEC, and this project has been his baby for all of the time I've been involved. His dedication and commitment and tireless hours dedicated to making this a success are extraordinary, and we are forever grateful. We're delighted to have Boston's 54th mayor with us today. Mayor Walsh has undertaken significant efforts to keep Boston at the forefront of global innovation economy and to strengthen its schools, expand its opportunities for historically disadvantaged communities, and to create the city's first cultural plan to restore Boston's identity as an arts leader. It is my honor to welcome and introduce the mayor.
Thank you very much, Ken. And I want to thank my one real enthusiastic fan out there. Thank you for that. Thank you for the shout out. I also want to congratulate Ken and the board, Tom and the school. And I was talking to Darren a minute ago from LA, who's graduating in 2019. I tried to convince her to stay in Boston, but we still have 2 years to do that. So we're going to work on that. I want to congratulate and thank the New England Conservatory, and congratulations on 150 years and your anniversary. This is exciting to open a grand opening new student life and performance center. And I think I heard on the way in it's the first building in 60-something years that's brand new. So that's incredible when you think about it. It's great to be here for that. It's certainly exciting for the students, the new opportunities for you and for the Fenway community and for all of you to be here today. You might not realize that it took 60 years to build a new building, but it's great to be part of this if you're a young person in Boston. Particularly now with the art scene in Boston I think it's getting better and better every day. We're going to continue to push it every day. And a lot of your talent that's here, whether you come from LA or you come from Boston or wherever you come from, we want to say thank you for being and choosing Boston. The New England Conservatory certainly has a long, storied history in the city of Boston. They helped pave the way, certainly, for a thriving arts culture in districts like the Avenue of the Arts here in Fenway. And they're leading in their commitment of making music accessible and available for all ages and students across the globe. And I don't think we gave these young people to my left a proper thank you for the beautiful music they played. So thank you very much. This new Student Life and Performance Center will offer tools that musicians need to succeed. There's new rehearsal space in here. There's new recording space in here. They have one of the highest students to practice room ratios amongst any other conservatory. There's a variety of performance spaces like a state-of-the-art black box theater, something that's really, really important, I know, for the performers. Orchestra rehearsal room, small ensemble room. Really everything that the performers need to be successful and to be able to do what they do. In Boston, we're committing to giving our artists the resource and the space they need to create art, and something that's important. Creating more rehearsal space and more performance spaces is part of our citywide cultural plan, something that we want to do more and more of. We're finding new ways to make art and culture accessible to everyone throughout all of our neighborhoods, not just here on the Avenue of the Arts, but we want to make sure that in every neighborhood, in every corner of our city, that we make arts more accessible, and something that's important. I want to thank the Conservatory for your efforts in making this happen. Certainly it's important. I also want to thank you for creating more student housing, Creating more student housing is one of our priorities in our citywide housing plan. This building offers 7 stories of residential housing for over 250 students, doubling on-campus options for freshmen and sophomores. And I want to thank you. And to the neighborhood's also excited to the institution that some of these young students will not be living in a 3-family house in their neighborhood, so I want to thank you for that. Not that there's any problem with the young people living there, but I'd rather you in here. So Darren can watch you as the RA, can make sure everything's going smooth on the floors, right? But we also are asking other colleges to follow suit in their institutional plans. Example, right here we have. Again, I want to congratulate the New England Conservatory on opening this impressive state-of-the-art resource in our city. I want to congratulate them on their historic anniversary. I want to thank all the donors, all the funders, all the supporters of this great institution. As I said earlier, I want to thank the Board of Trustees. I want to thank the leadership of this school. I want to thank the teachers. I want to thank the students. I want to thank the people that keep this building clean for the great work you do. And I know that this building's going to continue to, and this conservancy is going to continue to push the boundaries for making teaching music continually as their priority for many years to come. So have a great day and thank you.
Your Honor, thank you very much. We appreciate all your support, and particularly for coming here today. In recognition of that, we'd like to present you with a New England Conservatory conducting baton to help you conduct the affairs of the city as you go forward.
Thank you. That's awesome.
We need to open it up.
Hey guys, get back up here. Thank you. It's beautiful. Thank
Nice box.
Thank you.
Thank you. It is now my pleasure to recognize Darren Deed, who is a member of NEC's vocal performance group. Her particular major is vocal jazz performance, is that correct? She is a student, as the mayor mentioned, she's got 2 more years in a master's program? Undergraduate. Well, maybe we can keep you here for even more than that. But in any event, she is here to represent the students and tell us what it's like. She is a resident of the new dormitory, and please, Darren.
I just wanted to say before I start, I love Boston. I love Boston. It's a great bean town. Good morning. Yesterday, I cried. I was tired, hungry, angry, and quite honestly, fed up with the day. Auditions, the thought of the future, ensembles, homework, and my life all boggled and weighed heavily on my shoulders. I was at a loss. At the beginning of the school year, a time that was supposed to be the easiest was in fact the hardest. I went through the motions, but by 7 p.m., my lack of enthusiasm, the large pimple that formed on the right side of my face, and my overall fatigue got the best of me. I didn't know what to do, so I cried. In the middle of St. Botolph, next to the men's restroom, with the soundtrack of someone playing Rachmaninoff in the practice room closest next to me. That's NEC for you, a soundtrack for everything. In my mini meltdown / existential crisis, my friend Robin and Lewis came to console me, and what I took away from the conversation shifted my mental paradigm and inspired my spirit. As we transition into foreign territory, we must let go of what we believe to be true about ourselves. We must let go of the past in order to make room for the present. Much like our own humanity as musicians, NEC is letting go of the past to make room for the present. We are embarking on new territory as people, artists, but as a conservatory. For 150 years, the dorms, sorry Perry, dorms, they were dorms. The dorms on 33 Gainsborough molded NEC to be what it is today. 150 years of memories, 150 years of life, 150 years of music, but most of all, 150 years of rats. Shout out to the rats. They helped us students build character. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. Okay, moving on, whatever. Our experiences on 33 Gainsborough changed the way we played, how we felt, and the communication between the students. Leaving a place that was so warm, so familiar, and so loving will not be easy. But it never was the place that made 33 Gainsborough what it was. It was the people. Always the people. The creation of the Student Life and Performing Center is now positioned to be an extraordinary hub for NEC, a place where students have common gatherings. It will transform the life of the NEC community. This is technically a new space, where all the bells and whistles with the white floors and comfortable couches and an amazing new library. But there's a saying where I come from called "a house is not a home," meaning a space cannot come to life without those who inhabit it. With the opening of the SLP, filled with new things and new people, the thought of transformation can be absolutely scary. But we don't need to cry on the third floor of St. Botolph about it. Instead, I ask that we embrace this transition with an open mind and open heart. I ask that we allow this new space to reflect how we feel inside, that we embrace the unknown, that we push our boundaries and get to know ourselves, that we respond with curiosity before judgment, that we unite and invite, that we are forgiving, and most of all, we push for change where change is needed. There is a lot that is expected of this new building, but we as students, as faculty, as staff, as administration, and guests can determine the transformation that this building undergoes. And that gives me hope. Hope that in between these walls, minds will be changed, experiences will be had, and exceptional musicians will be made. So think, really think about the impact you want to have on this building, because the possibilities are endless and transformation is imminent. Thank you.
Thank you. Darren, thank you very much for those remarks. Do me a favor, if you see a rat in this building, give me a call. I assure you that if I get that call, Mike Ryan and his crew will be there immediately to get rid of it. I'd now like to introduce Tom Novak, who is the acting president and provost of the school. Tom?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ken. We are really incredibly fortunate to have Ken as NEC's board chair. His steadfast dedication and exemplary leadership ensured that this project was completed, and we are very sincerely grateful. It is a great honor for me to add a welcome to you this morning, a long-awaited day of celebration. The Student Life and Performance Center joins NEC's landmark Jordan Hall in providing spaces where exceptional talent and artistry are supported, encouraged, and nurtured. Spaces where our students can dare to explore the broadest range of musical expression and imagine their futures as musicians. Spaces where the community of Boston are welcome to free concerts in unrivaled venues. In fact, just next Saturday, September 23rd, NEC welcomes the local community to an all-day event, our own version of Open Studios, which features concerts, workshops, and seminars free and open to the public all day. Residents can discover the vast array of available resources here at NEC, including the SLPC, and there is definitely a place for everyone. As Ken mentioned earlier, We are celebrating NEC's 150th anniversary this year, affirming the Conservatory's place as a leader amongst music schools around the globe. Such an occasion provides us the opportunity not only to honor our illustrious legacy, but also to reimagine the Conservatory's future. Located in this incredible city of Boston, here within the Fenway Cultural District, we rededicate ourselves to educating musicians of all ages from every corner of the world through the college, the preparatory school, and the School of Continuing Education. It is the future of music made here. I now ask that Mayor Walsh, Ken, and Darren join me in cutting the ribbon and officially welcoming you to NEC's Student Life and Performance Center.